Welcome back to Brazen Brits. Today we're going to be doing something I've wanted to do for a long time, and we're going to change this
to this.
It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh, I wonder. Oh, I just wonder.
Okay, so the first thing I got might not be strong enough, but it's just simple green. So I ordered this off Amazon, and it's a cleaner and degreaser. Apparently it's really good, non-toxic, blah blah blah, all of that. This is great, real cheap, real easy. To go with that, I found one of these. Now I don't know what this is. I found this somewhere around our kitchen sink. Looks like it would be perfect just to get some of the dirt off. I don't even know where you get these, so not even sure what it is. And then for the tough things and for some of the rust, I bought a set of these 3 wire brushes. These are wire, this isn't, this is nylon. But either way, soft, medium, hard. That's just to get some of the worst bits off, and then we'll be able to see what rust. You can also use this to rub some of the rust off. Then once everything's cleaned up, completely degreased, you can see what the problems are. I bought this Rustoleum spray paint. I did a bit of research and this seemed to be like one of the best ones, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. So first off, let's go clean up. I've done nothing since installing this. I've taken it on and off the truck and put it away and travelled about 10,000 miles with this, and it's gross. It is nasty. So there's a few things I do say you should do every 6 months to a year is just check it for rust. I can see that this is starting to rust a lot already, so I really want to get this cleaned up. I want to get it degreased. All of these are greasy all over the place, so every single time I even carry these or move these, I get grease on my hands, so I really want to clean these up. Apparently you can get new stickers for these, so I at least want to clean these up, and I have some spray paint for this Rustoleum stuff. Everything that I've bought I've got off Amazon, so I'll leave the links below. But first things first, let's get this washed off and then see what it looks like. See that this is pretty bad. This is worse than I thought it was, actually. It just looked dirty to me, but actually this is rust, which is I didn't expect that. So this has obviously been through Florida, all down the east coast, all up the west coast, in the Texas desert, Virginia dust, which was awful during the summer, especially over the winter. We did tow this through snow, as you saw, so this has been through a lot. The big problem I have is these bolts have to be torqued up to a setting that I can't get them to, so I have to take that. When I actually installed this, I had to get my local mechanic to actually torque these up to the right torque settings. That's very important. The other issue is here, these bits, I'd really like to take these off, but the same thing, it's a torque setting that I can't get to, and I really want to get this done today. So I'm actually just probably, I mean, these, I don't imagine we're going to take this off or change anything about this, so it's set up exactly as we want it. So I think I'm actually just going to spray these. By the looks of these nuts here, these are starting to rust as well, so I think I'm going to clean those up and just spray them over. These are pretty good, and they're galvanized, so I may just take these off. But these ones I'll spray, which is fine. So anyway, so the next step, I'm going to keep cleaning it up. I'm going to use the wire brushes to get some of this rust off and see how that works out, and then maybe just sand it back a little bit, ready for paint. Rust is always a pain. Once you have rust, you can't get rid of it. It kind of roots into the metal. The best thing you can do is like scrape the surface off as best you can, and then use something like Rustoleum. It kind of helps. It's always going to be there. There's nothing you can do about it. You just need to keep refreshing it and try and protect it as much as you can. If you don't do this, eventually the whole surface is going to be rust and it's going to be nasty. So I'm glad I'm doing this. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to dry it all off, just make sure it's completely dry. It's a really nice day, warm day. It's windy as well, so that's going to help all of this dry. Once it's fully dry in about half an hour or so, I'm going to go and give it a spray. One thing I'm going to do, I'm only going to do this bottom half. It is upside down obviously right now, so I'm going to do this bottom half and then let that dry. I don't know how long it takes to dry, but hopefully this afternoon we can just flip it over, do the same on the other side, get all the rust off there, and then spray that again. So I'm excited. Alright, so I've taped up the bits that I want. Before you ask, I made this stand for this. It was great. It stops it from rattling around in the back of the truck when we're not using it. Some states don't let you drive with the hitch on if you're not actually towing something, so we were careful about that. So I just built this out of some old 2x4 that I had lying about. Works brilliantly. I don't really want to spray it, but also I don't really have any other way of doing this unless I hang it off something, and this is incredibly heavy, so I don't want to do that. So anyway, tips for spraying. Little and often is the secret to spraying. Learned that a long time ago. Everyone will do it too close and they'll put too much on and it causes runs and it looks horrible. So remember, little and often, small strokes, steady strokes all the way along, not too close, and yeah, just too little is better than too much. So I can spray this and then I'll give it a second coat in about an hour or something. Yes, I read the instructions on the back of the can. So one thing about this is, as you may have just seen there, the overspray on spray cans is really bad, especially when it's this windy. So I'm trying to take breaks in between gusts of wind before I spray it. But the thing to bear in mind is we are downwind from any vehicles, because this stuff, all the tiny little speckles will stick to a car. We do have the house, it might get on the windows. You need to be further away than you ever think, because otherwise this stuff will stick to your car and you'll have to get your car all machine polished to get that off. So stay away from any cars, especially your trailer, because you can't machine polish that. Ours is over there about 35 feet away, so just don't spray near houses, cars or anything. We're in the middle of nowhere on the yard, so bear that in mind. Well, there it is. It's all done. It came out really well. I'm very happy with it. It's a couple of days later. It's completely dried and completely cured. The only thing now is, now I've put it back on the truck, it makes the truck look really dirty, so now I have to clean the truck. It all went very well. Very easy to do. The paint is really, really good. I didn't have any issues with that. The only thing I didn't do very well is when I taped up the actual ball hitch, I didn't clean it very well, so I just went to pick it up and there is grease and dirt all under my ball. So remember guys, always clean under your balls, or grease and dirt and all kinds of things can, you know, start to mount up under there, and it's not nice. And maybe one day Natalie's going to come under and get under my ball and she's going to get grease all over her and it's going to be horrible. So just remember that. The one thing, the actual sway bars, I did contact Equalizer and said, hey, I'm reconditioning everything, spraying it up, making it look good, the stickers are starting to peel off, is there anywhere I can get some more? And he said, send me your address. So I'm hoping he's not just going to spam me with stuff and that he's actually going to send me some stickers. They haven't arrived yet, but I am looking forward to getting the actual Equalizer bars done as well. So that's it. Easy peasy, cost maybe 20 bucks. Looks great. Took me 2 hours on and off. Perfect. See you next week.